Hey everybody, welcome back to another Blade XLord video. Today we're going to be covering the Silent Farewell, which is a new event that recently came out. It is a water-based event, as is the new Knight's Order that will be coming out after this, so lightning units are good to go. In this video we are going to cover the entire event, including the shop, the currency, the battles, you name it, so let's get into it. Alright, let's start off by talking about the quests. So just like the Xylarg event, we've got some story missions at the top, and I really enjoy these because they have relevant story. They're not some random story that they just kind of pieced together for an event so you can learn about the character. This is actually tied in directly to the main campaign. It happens right after you fight Leviathan, and it kind of has the going-ons of the Trade Federation after that event. So it's really cool to see that kind of thing, and you get to know the new character that's in the banner, so 2 thumbs up for that. That's really solid. The story missions are really easy though, so you'll just zoom right through them, and then at that point we're going to go through this same cycle of having our trace loop quests, and by doing these you will get these little claw tokens that you can see right here. I can totally blanking on what those are called, and those are the currency to enter the Leviathan fights. So the Leviathan fights will get you points, and the points will get you rewards. So the way that this event works is you auto loop for your claws and for your event currency, your tokens, and then you clear the Leviathan quests for points, and then that way you can spend event tokens in the shop and then also earn all the milestone rewards. So let's take a look at the point rewards first. So once you beat the story, you have to be fighting Leviathan to get these event points, and you want to be doing the highest difficulty always if possible. As you earn more points, you get more and more rewards, and they're just all really solid. So you want to get this, you want to get the whole thing if possible, but at the very least, you want to get up until the point where it's just Zell after that, because we can always get more Zell, but really, if you can, you want to grab this Zell as well. But the barrier, it becomes quite high to get to the Zell at a certain point. We're talking 100,000 points, well, 50,000 at a certain point here. But the rest of the rewards are fairly easy to get, and those are really good. So that's kind of the way the event works. But there's also the trading post, and the cool thing about this is that if you auto farm overnight, you will have enough of those claws to fight Leviathan as many times as you possibly can during the event, and you will also be farming these trading post items. So in the trading post, there's going to be some weapons, there's going to be summon tickets, your experience manuals, all the hero stars, large lightning crystals, etc. Lots of really good stuff. And the goal here is to buy everything. Just buy it all. Farm it and buy it. And you don't necessarily, if you're strapped for time, you're not able to auto loop as much as someone with an emulator, then in that case you can prioritize a little bit. There's things that you can farm easily, like silver summon tickets. Buy those last. The Zell, buy that last. The potions are really useful, but maybe buy those last. Things like small lightning crystals, medium lightning crystals, those are easily farmable, so you can save those for later. But the large lightning crystals, even if you're not building a lightning team, buy these, because if you're farming any crystals for your chosen element, you're going to know that these large crystals do not come easy. Same thing with hero stars and legend stars. We're probably doing all right now because they give us so many for our first party, but when you get onto your second party, you're going to be wanting these, so pick them up. Same thing with the experience books. You can farm these, you can auto loop these really easily, but this is also just a really good way of getting a bunch of them. So certain things you're going to buy for sure. The summon ticket, the large crystals, you're definitely going to be buying those. The weapons, I think you want to buy those as well. Those can drop from Leviathan, and things like any of the awakening stuff, you want to buy all that. But we're going to use that summon ticket at the end of the video, don't you worry. So these weapons, we have to talk about the weapons because they are very intriguing. You can see the little rainbow SSR on the king shell angle, and you get all excited, and you can be excited, especially if you don't have an SSR lance yet. But these weapons are not as good as you might think. They have lower stats for sure for the rarities that they are at. The interesting thing about them is that they do grant really good experience. So they still grant the same experience as a rare and SSR weapons would, but then again, silver tickets are so easy to farm that you shouldn't be really strapped for experience for your weapons anyway. So I do recommend building these. I think it's good to have a water lance for a water unit, and especially if you don't have one yet. And same thing with the staff, like it's good to have that. And the good thing about these is that you can also limit break them really, really easily and then level them up to max, whereas a regular SSR weapon, you can't do that very easily. So definitely I would get these. I would get these if you're not well stocked, but things to consider is this lance at level 80 has 261 attack and 271 magic defense. Now it does have defense plus 16, that is good, and it does have recrystallization, which is a really nice little healing buff for your tanks. But if we go take a look, remember 261 was the attack. Let's go take a look at my SSR lance for light. This is level 50, so this is 30 levels lower than the one that we just looked at, and it has more attack. It has less magic attack. So if you have a magic attack tank, then they might want that other lance. But you can see what I mean. The stats at level 80 are lower than the ones on level 50, and then this will grow 3 more times. So there really is, they're not going to be as good as gacha weapons, and that's just the way it is. And you can see I've got so many of last event staff here, the Evil Eye. I just kept getting drops from Zylarg and I bought them all out. So I have them all, and I have one that's awakened fully, so I can level that up, but I don't have a unit for it right now anyways. All right, so let's go back over to the event here, and we'll take a look at the actual battles themselves. So again, there's also event missions. That's really, really solid, really welcome. There's some limited time ones that are going to get you some Lord Stones. That's really nice. And there's also going to be some daily missions. I already did mine for the day, so I can't show it to you. But taking a look at the quests here, so at this point I'm doing pretty well. I just need to get my time down on the 80,000 Leviathan. I took me 5 minutes, and you need to get it down to 3 minutes. So you can see my party here, and when oh, here we go. So the evil scars, I only have 12 left. I'm going to auto loop tonight all night, and that's going to get me a ton of evil scars, and I'll be able to do these a bunch for the videos. But we're not going to do a full 5-minute fight right now. We'll show you the easier Leviathan, just so we can talk a little bit about the battle itself. So let's get in here with this party. So I've been coddled with the Zylarg event and my light party. I thought I was, hot stuff, and then now I don't have that elemental advantage, and the best break that I had was 500,000, and I know I can get higher, but it's definitely not as awesome as when we were fighting the dark boss and I got the dark benefit. So I hope that those of you out there with a lightning party are enjoying your time in the sun. One thing I've noticed with this event is that the first time I log into the app, the first loading time to get into an event mission is really long, but then every other time I go into a story quest, a loop or whatever, it's been pretty fine. So that's good to know. It's okay, as long as it's not every time, but it's not ideal. Okay, so here's Leviathan. You'll recognize him from the story, and he doesn't have too much going on. I don't know if he's going to do everything in this version, but the things you're going to watch out for is he's going to have lots of AoE attacks, so your party's going to take lots of AoE damage. Now, this is important to think about, because when you go into break and you have people like Heathbell, or if you have the new Amina, the new unit that just dropped, they have abilities that scale with their HP. So if you're taking a bunch of damage, then you want to actually you want to make sure that you maybe use a potion right before that. Okay, and here we go. So I gotta pay attention, because it will say Leviathan's magic just became tangible, and you actually have to fight his little, there we go, his little minions here, and If not, we're gonna see here, because I've always killed them. Whenever I'm filming a video though, I seem to have a lot of problems changing targets, and I don't have this issue when I'm not filming. It's the pressure. Okay, so that didn't do very much damage. Those 4 water sprouts that come out, they definitely have something to do with his special. I don't know if that stops it from charging or if it does more damage if they're out, but once he uses his special, those water sprouts disappear. So I think that you do want to kill them on the highest difficulty, because otherwise you're going to have probably have some troubles. And if anyone can confirm what they do, I just know that they disappear after the special, so they've got to have something to do with the special. So you want to change targets. One thing that will help a lot is going to be this focused attack, so everyone attacks the same person as you. That way when you change targets to the water spouts, you go over there, you kill them, everybody comes with you, and you can make quick work of them so you can get back to fighting Leviathan. He's also going to put up a veil, which you have to break him to dispel, and then at that point you can go hog wild and just use all of your abilities on him. So I'm autoing right now, so this isn't going to be the most optimal way to play Lieselot, but she's just going to be using all of her skills, and you can see that that wasn't so bad. Now in the hardest mode, there was also some Sahagin, that's the Final Fantasy name, but you know what I mean. There were some mobs that also spawned at one point, and I did kill them. I don't know if you can ignore them or not. So really with this fight, what you're looking at is you're dealing with the water veil that you have to break him to do damage. You're dealing with his special that's going to do a bunch of damage, and there's water spouts that come up that you probably need to kill. You have to deal with some additional adds, and you also have to deal with just a lot of AoE damage. So if that is relevant to your party's ability to deal damage, then you need to mitigate that the best that you can. And if you're going no healer, you could do that with potions. And even if you are going healer and you go right into break and your healer doesn't have a heal up, then you can use a potion or something and make sure your Heath Bell's topped up so he can use his awesome break ability, okay, or brave ability. So that's going to be it for the event. Just a quick summary. We're looking at auto looping for the battle tokens, using the battle tokens to earn points, and then rinse repeat, earn the points, go to the shop, boom bam bim, you're doing well. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments below, and if you have any suggestions, also get into the comments. I would appreciate that very, very much. And then with that being said, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, then consider giving me a subscribe and hitting the bell and all that fun stuff, because it really helps me out. I'm actually growing quite a bit, and I would really love to get to 1,000 subs. That's my goal right now, and if you're able to help me with that, then you know, I guess I owe you, so we'll figure that one out at some point. So that's going to be it for today, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can show your support with a like and subscribe, and by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/MysidiaGaming. Until next time, keep it real, Mysidians.